It doesn't help that I created a YouTube channel. To be honest, that was right now, sitting here right now, I'm thinking that was a stupid move. I don't want to be giving people, this is about the lived experience, and if I haven't got it, then it's not the lived experience, and then it's false. I do remember a couple of months after, or at some point after being diagnosed, I went through a phase of really questioning the diagnosis, and I called them up because I hated being in limbo. I hated, I'd spent 6 weeks before getting my diagnosis being in limbo because I'd received a brain scan, an MRI and a PET scan, and they had conflicting information, and I hated being in limbo, and I just wanted to have a diagnosis, I wanted to know just what the outcome was. So if you haven't got it, you haven't got it, you have got it, you have got it, I can then sort of just move on. Anyway, so when I got diagnosed, I was sort of happy just to accept the diagnosis and move on. And by that I mean sort of put it out of my head as much as I could, not think about it. But then I went through a phase of, you start questioning it, for various reasons you sort of question it. And I talk about it in my video where I called denial. But anyway, what was I saying? Anyway, I questioned the diagnosis, and that's right. And I contacted them up and I said, look, what's the purpose of that 12-month follow-up? And I said, is it to confirm the diagnosis? And the person I was speaking to said, no. It's to monitor the rate of decline. And that brought comfort. I know it sounds stupid. You should be doing everything you can to try and not want to have this diagnosis, but it actually brought comfort because it sort of helped settle my head a bit in terms of thinking, in this limbo land sort of thing, and it just gave me more confidence. Okay, they know that they've said you've got it, you move on with life. When I spoke to the person the other day about, she's like, to confirm the diagnosis, it all just came back. It all just came back in terms of, oh shit, maybe I haven't got it, and maybe I have, and maybe I haven't, and end up having a chat to my psychologist, and we're talking about psychosomatic conditions, I guess, and I knew this years and years ago. I learnt about it in terms of the power of it is quite remarkable in terms of people can, they get diagnosed and they can start experiencing the symptoms that they learn about that are associated with that diagnosis. And I don't just mean little things. I mean things like, people getting rashes and, like physical symptoms. You can see it. And so I know that, and people, and I'm not sure if this is associated with it or not, but people who get pain, chronic pain that doesn't have a physiological explanation to it. And so, there's a real direct, evidence of people who are struggling with genuine symptoms, but it's not actually caused by the physical disease that they think, it is. And so I don't know, and I kind of feel like it's a smaller leap to get to memory and cognition issues, that you can experience from a diagnosis. And so I just kind of feel like, I've noticed a decline, but maybe this decline has been psychosomatic. Maybe it's not real, in the sense of it's caused by dementia. And it now I just feel anxious. Now I just feel, I've had some days to sort of think about it, and I've been in a different mind space about that each day. But right now, my head's feeling quite clear, and I'm just thinking, shit, this really could all just be in my head. And now I just feel horrendous, that I'm doing this all possibly to myself. And I think it goes beyond the whole thing of, like if you buy a red car, you see red cars everywhere. Like I think it goes beyond just seeing stuff, seeing your own, seeing normal memory, everyday issues, and going, oh yeah, I'm noticing I'm forgetting more, or things like that. Like that would make sense. But the symptoms that I've been having, to me are, they've now reached a thing that are more than just everyday things. Just that's the fogginess, just the all the, finding it difficult to talk. But I don't know. I mean, that's probably that could be easily created by me. Anyway, I ended up. I just hate that I'm just hate that I'm wrestling with this shit in my head. That this is a big thing for me, in a sense. Like, if I perform badly, the other aspect of it all too is, now I'm starting to think like, well, if it is psychosomatic, could that, does it mean I've actually got dementia anyway? Because I don't know what those tests, how sensitive those tests are, but maybe if it is psychosomatic, I'm still going to perform poorly in those tests, and I won't know if it's dementia causing it or not, or if it's psychosomatic causing it or not. This is the thing that causes me as much stress as anything, though, is just this not knowing. And if you've seen videos, you've seen me sort of say things along the lines of going, on bad days, I know it's dementia, it's no doubt. And on good days, you sometimes you start questioning things. Oh, I'm doing really well today, actually, or maybe I haven't got it, But it's not as. It's quite an emotional thing, that is. Like I think it's all sort of ties in with, I feel like cognitively I've been doing pretty well lately as well. In the last, I don't know, let's just say a couple of weeks or something. I'm not sure, okay, but it feels like just in recent times I've been doing pretty well, and the main thing that's been is just tired, feeling tired a lot. But then I'm always just thinking, is that actually just mental health? And stress, And then I think I know that in November my mental health was crap, but I know that I was seeing a psychologist, and over the couple of months of doing that sort of thing, I noticed it got to a point where it was like, yeah, your mental health's fine now, it's all good. There's no issues, and yet I'm still experiencing memory and cognition issues, and so again though, like, holy shit, here I am right now just going, maybe you haven't got it.
Daybreak, I'm already miles away, and there's nothing left to say.